toward the end of his life, Robin Williams lost confidence in his abilities to entertain, according to a new biography. The Bay Area actor and comedian suffered a panic attack and refused to leave his hotel room at night while filming Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, in Vancouver in April 2014, according to Robin, by New York Times culture reporter David Itzkoff. To get him out of his funk, his makeup artist Cheri Minns suggested that Williams return to his roots by making a surprise appearance at a local comedy club. I said, "Robin, why don't you go and do stand-up?" Minns is quoted in the book. The once rapid-fire comic broke down in tears. He just cried and said, "I can't, Cheri." I said, "What do you mean, you can't?" He said, "I don't know how anymore. I don't know how to be funny," and it was just gut-wrenching to hear him admit that, rather than lie to me and say something else. I think that's how troubled he was about all of it, said Minns. A Vanity Fair excerpt from the biography focuses on Williams' final days, which according to the book were filled with mental anguish and physical struggles. Williams committed suicide at his Tiburon home in August 2014. Williams was misdiagnosed with Parkinson's disease and instead suffered from Lewy body dementia, an aggressive and incurable brain disorder. Starting in late 2013, Williams struggled with a number of physical ailments, including stomach cramps, indigestion and constipation. He also had trouble seeing, urinating and sleeping and lost some range of motion on his left arm. He wasn't feeling well, but he didn't let on to me all that was going on, said comedian Billy Crystal, Williams' longtime friend. As he would say to me, "I'm a little crispy, I didn't know what was happening, except he wasn't happy." Williams also felt guilt over his divorce from second wife Marcia Garces, and at the same time was dealing with a career on the slide. He saw himself go from an Oscar winner and one of the most successful comics of all time to an actor working for scale on independent movies. There was a short-lived resurgence when he returned to television with the CBS sitcom, The Crazy Ones, in 2013, but the show was cancelled after one season. Pam Dauber, Williams' co-star in his breakout role in the late 1970s early 80s sitcom, Mork and Mindy, guest starred on an episode of The Crazy Ones. She sensed that something was amiss. He was sweet and wonderful and loving and sensitive. But I would come home and say to my husband, "Something's wrong. He's flat, he's lost the spark." "I don't know what it is," Dauber said. Get more celebrity news and photos delivered to your inbox for free on weekdays. Sign up for our Coffee Break newsletter here. When Williams returned to the Bay Area from filming in Vancouver in April 2014, he was, like a 747 airplane coming in with no landing gear, according to his third wife Susan Schneider. Robin was losing his mind and he was aware of it, said Schneider. A month later, Williams was diagnosed with Parkinson's. To Robin, according to the excerpt, it was the realization of one of his most deeply felt and lifelong fears, to be told that he had an illness that would rob him of his faculties by small, imperceptible increments every day, that would hollow him out and leave behind a depleted husk of a human being. Susan tried to find some small shred of positivity in the ordeal. At least now Robin knew what he had and could focus on treating it. But according to Itzkoff, the Parkinson's diagnosis was incorrect, and that Williams' autopsy would reveal that he instead had Lewy body dementia, which has been associated with the risk of suicide. Schneider did extensive research on the condition following her husband's death. In a 2016 editorial for Neurology, Schneider said that a terrorist lived within his brain, and that Williams repeatedly said, "I just want to reboot my brain." Schneider also said she wasn't sure if a proper diagnosis would have saved Williams. "We will never know the answer to this. I am not convinced that the knowledge would have done much more than prolong Robin's agony, while he would surely become one of the most famous test subjects of new medicines and ongoing medical trials. Even if we experienced some level of comfort in knowing the name, and fleeting hope from temporary comfort with medications, the terrorist was still going to kill him. There is no cure, and Robin's steep and rapid decline was assured.